We'll see if it works.
We'll see. I'm on a laptop.
I'll pull up my YouTube.
Did you put it on YouTube also?
Yep, we're live on. Yep.
Holy shit, we're live on the tube.
Ow. Wow. Gosh, Damon Darling.
WFITH. We got to get a cool call symbol now that we're on the tube. WFITH. No, the W fucks with it. FIT. No, that's too short now. WFITH. WF. It's like that WKRP in Cincinnati. We just got to get a cool call signal.
1071 FITH in the morning.
4:20 a.m.
Yeah. 4:27 now.
It's 4:21 here. Somewhere it was 4:20.
On YouTube, it's Fire in the Hole. Here, I'll share it into the comments.
Shit, I forgot to look in my car today for that receipt too. Fuck. But it's no different than the one that I sent you digitally.
Yeah, but I think just to have it might help. I don't think you really need to prove to that extent, but better safe than sorry.
That's a good look at. But I don't have the original receipt. It's a receipt dated for like 3 days ago.
Yeah, maybe he can just chop off the date and match it together, and then like if they need confirmation, they can call the store or something like that.
They added tax on, and that's another thing. There was tax added onto the extra receipt. It was $1660 plus tax.
But either way, they pay for there's only $100 worth of insurance, so they're only going to pay up to $100. So if you can prove that it's more than $100, that's great.
But that's what I'm saying. The digital receipt is the actual receipt from the day that it was purchased. It has the date. It's a cash receipt, right? And it says the total. But the second receipt doesn't match the total of the digital receipt. They just made a receipt.
What you could do is just give him the phone number and the address to the place, and he can write that in with it in case they want to contact them and verify.
You can do that if that's. I don't like. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying I don't think the paper receipt is going to help at all. It's going to actually hurt this case, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like the digital receipt is a receipt of me when I paid it. Like boom, boom, sent it out.
Yeah. I would just get him the info for the store, so in case they need to verify, they can call and verify.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked to the people. They even they tried to help me with the receipt, but that was the best they could do.
What's up, Chuck?
I got my ears lowered.
Joe, do you know any glass blowers around you, Joe?
Yeah, I know. I know when I had that bong for the show that had the chip in it, they were saying that if it was a smooth crack, that they could have fixed it. But since it was a chip that it came off in layers almost, that there was nothing they can do for it.
Because you might be able to go take it to a glass blower and get them to seal that crack up also, especially if we do get the
Now, honestly, if it's in a location that doesn't get hot, you could use some liquid cement on it.
Just to be able to use it, I'm saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't put liquid cement on anything that gets hot, because I wouldn't want to inhale the fumes. But if it's not going to get hot in that area, just to seal the crack and use it. I think it too, but I'm not really a friend, so I'm not sure what they would want for it.
Yeah, it just sucks that you weren't up here near Brian Williams.
Yeah, he could have probably taken care of it for you. Honestly, another thing that I that I would do. I always think about this when I break a piece or something. Clean up the glass and just keep all my broken glass somewhere, and then when I get enough, take it to a glass blower, have it melt it down, and make something else out of it.
Yeah. Can they do all that? Like they can melt
As
it
long
down
as
into rocks?
Yeah, as long as you have it clean enough.
Yeah, if nothing else, that's what I'll do with that Zong. And next time I go down to Annapolis, I'll probably get up with Brian and swing by, ask him if he can do anything with it, like to fix it. And if not, be like, just use it, break it down, melt it down, do what you want with it.
Yeah, make a pendant or something, or
Oh yeah.
That ain't too. It's only like the second bong that's out of all the waffles we've done. That's been fucked up. I got one, and now Joe got one.
Yeah. That's
Mine's real.
that's actually an amazing success rate, like for the amount of glass we've sent out.
And I have a box now that would have been perfect to ship that other. I mean, I could even left it in that box and then put peanuts in and put this in. Like it would have been perfect, but
Yeah,
I thought I wrapped it like enough times that even if it took a small, like as long as they're not throwing it around, it shouldn't have cracked. So they must have dropped it or something for it to have cracked like that because it was real fucking good.
yeah. If you don't pay extra for it to be a fragile, and they have to handle it with care and shit, they just bomb them things around the warehouse.
Yeah, they're fucking.
I hate taking a package into them. And like you're standing there, you fucking took your time to wrap it up. You pay for them, they just grab it and throw it over their shoulder. Like, yo. That's why I'll take mine in. I'll get my postage done ahead of time, get it all, and go put it in the bins myself. Because I couldn't imagine it.
They're grabbing them out of the bins and.
Yeah, but at least I take one fucking full out of the chain of shit.
Yes, Susan, sometimes you can just get the torch and fix the glass, but that's why we asked him if you knew a glass blower.
Shane, you can actually use a torch that we use for dabs. It just takes a lot longer. All right.
And you got to be.
I forget who I was
gentle
asking about that. I was talking to somebody and I was telling them that like when I heat my banger up to clean it, sometimes I'm worried that I'm heating it up too much and I'm going to deform the glass. And they're like, you got to go for about 20 minutes to do that. Like, so you can melt your glass, but you got to go a long fucking time.
I don't know about you, but my torch is going to run out of propane, but before 20 minutes is up.
Yeah. By the time you refill it and shit and start again, it's already cooled down.
That's why I got a big one, a soldering torch.
Right, so you can blow glass.
Yep. I don't know how to blow glass, but
I would love
used
to
do it in my
learn.
meth days. I fiddled with it when I was smoking meth, but I was tweaked out.
Dude, putting crystal into a pipe and making it melt into the pipe is not blowing glass. All right.
I could literally. I
never blew glass, but I sucked on it.
I would literally I would get beakers from work where we mix chemicals in them and shit, and I'd take them old Pyrex beakers and I'd blow pipes out of them. I'd take light bulbs, just regular old school light bulbs. I'd clean them out and blow holes in it without cracking the light. I used to blow little the old school Christmas lights that was real glass oval looking.
Mm-hmm.
I used to make them into little pipes around Christmas.
I have a pot kiln that I bought to melt metal with, and it says it gets hot enough to melt glass. So I just smash all that glass down, put it in the pot, and let it go till it melts. I think I would have to add some heat on top of it, but
that's my torch bottles.
That propane and propane accessories.
I sell propane and propane accessories. I have my little boy Bobby. He's always a whacking in the tool shed.
I
But no, I
actually
used to.
went out and bought everything to do the metal molding and stuff, but I gotta wait till I get better to even fucking start.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. You got to start, then get better, brother.
No. I need to get my body better before I can start.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I gotta cut the metal, do all that shit. Like, and I ain't trying to swing around a grinder and fuck my back up even more.
We used to have.
'Cause I got these rods. I got rods that are about 4 feet long, but they're solid circle,
Whoa,
like
dude,
solid
you got
round
4 foot-
rod.
You got a 4-foot rod, dude? Impressive.
Solid rod too. He's solid riding.
Um,
You get my age, that old rod just sometimes just wants to kind of droop.
well, I'm not counting in like human feet. I'm counting in like bird feet or bird feet. Squirrel feet, something like that. But yeah, so I got to cut them I got to cut them thin enough that they're like little coins. So that's like a fucking 1,000 cuts for a 4-foot rod. Like,
Lot.
you got this
These fat-
one sometimes, yeah.
We used to have a guy when I was building horse trailers. He'd come, I would cut. Hell, if they said anything under a foot and a half, throw in the bin for scrap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hell, I'd have a 4-foot stick, and I just go in there and start cutting 6-inch pieces off of it for my buddy because he was always making ashtrays out of angle iron. He'd just take that angle iron, set it up, put some flat stock on the end of it, and take a grinder and make 2 little cuts in it, kind of make cigarette places for your cigarettes to lay. He made angle iron ashtrays.
My bad. It's because I never gave him the link. I just tell him to go find me with Fire in the Hole. I decided to give you the link today. Yeah, so at the shop I was working at, they make fences all day, so they're cutting aluminum all day, and like they take their little scrap cut-offs to the scrapyard, but the scrapyard hates all that fucking like metal dust, like sawdust, but the metal shavings. They fucking hate it because it blows all over everything. So instead of taking it to them, they were just saving it for me. And that shit's perfect for melting down. You know what I mean? That fucking like real fine, like just little shavings of metal. I could easily melt that shit down.
Well, yeah.
And another one that's super cheap to do too, fucking just rolls of aluminum foil. You go down to the dollar store, grab some rolls of aluminum foil, crumple them up, and melt them down.
Why are you melting them down now?
Because I want to make molds and different things and see what I can do. I don't have any hobbies, so
I just take dabs and melt them down.
yeah. So I'll show you some of the stuff that I got just to start playing with.
Well, yeah. See, I used to work it. We used to make skill saws over here at Robert Bosch for the Skill brand skill saws. And we cut our own. We'd cut our own shafts and everything. We'd cut bearings. We'd cut brass rod and all that. So we had steel, magnesium, aluminum, and brass shavings just out the ass, man.
Yeah.
They would take
fucking dangerous to work with.
Yeah.
This is just a couple of the basic molds that I grabbed. So I got a hot.
Yeah, my grandmother used to do that with porcelain. I'm just saying.
Fuck you. And then once I get good with aluminum, I'm gonna move into gold and shit. And you'll see what we do.
Stained glass. You need to get into stained glass, bro. Oh, I love that one, dude.
I'm just teasing, dude.
Get into doing stained glass, man. Make like the big church windows and stuff. That's a lost art.
I just always see different things as I'm scrolling through videos, and like I said, I don't got no fucking hobbies in my life. I don't got anything that like catches my interest. I like things in the moment, but I don't really I'll watch sports for entertainment, but I don't give a fuck who wins. Like I'll go do something with everybody, but it's not like I don't have anything that like I'm like, yo, let's go do this. I want to go. I'm excited to go do. I'm not. So I'm trying to find some things that I can just do to keep me busy and be productive. And
What
Have you
about
got tried going metal detecting? You're near beaches and shit. Shit gets washed up on shore all the time, dude. You can find some cool shit.
when I was young, my mom bought me she actually bought me a metal detector 2 different times, and it's just boring. Like,
make lead sinkers for the fishermen?
But you're younger then.
that's a
Maybe
good one too.
You're
Huh?
younger. What'd you say? What'd you say, Mike?
Lead fishing weights for the fishermen. You got all that coast, man.
Yeah, I could easily make some money doing that.
All you gotta do is go to these old tire shops that still has the old lead. Hell, you can order lead off of Amazon or whatever, but like you can go to these old tire shops because a lot of them swapping from the old lead weights to the stick-on weights. And you can get all their lead stock and shit and just start fucking melting down lead, bro.
Or fucking go to the shooting range and get all the brass and fucking start making bullets and casing.
Yeah, you can start making, you can make projectiles. Man, it's really coming down out there now.
There
My
makes no
computer-
angels.
It's not yet. I still see the ground. It's gonna be wet, bro.
Look, we got 3 minutes till it's something a 420 somewhere.
Is it raining or snowing?
Well, it started out snowing, then it went to sleet, then it's back to snow now, but it's blowing hard snow. So
It's blowing.
Sounds like my 20s.
yeah.
That's another thing. I'm gonna say when I start my set after that intro part that I'm gonna start saying, "All right, y'all need to keep up with me because my jokes come hard and fast, just like me when I was in my 20s. So keep up." Because a lot of my, if you're not paying attention, it's a little bit before you get the jokes, and then you're like, "Oh," and then I gotta slow down again. I'm like, "I told you to keep up." You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Alan?
Marvin suggested me adding something like that to it.
That is a good one because you are like Spitfire, and like it does take a beat for sometimes for the joke to sink in.
And I've got to learn.
And you could even add that in the middle. When you catch somebody when you catch somebody laughing late at your joke, be like, turn to them and be like, "Oh, you need me to slow down or something?" Like
or I got to learn where those spots are and be like, "I'll wait here for a minute for you to catch up."
Yeah.
We got to show.
And then when you see him laugh, be like, see? that was a creeper.
Got it. What's up, Andy? Hell, it's 27 here, but it's snowing his ass off.
How you doing, Alan? How you doing, Andy?
Oh shit! I'm gonna miss that 420 somewhere because I just smoked a bong and I'm not gonna pack that fucker up again.
I don't even have any weed.
But that was in your future 420.
I put a couple of roaches in that bong.
Usually I'm the one out of weed, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't even get any back until the 25th.
You have dabs, don't you?
Yeah. Some. The last time I went and picked up dabs, it was either an 8 for 150 of like regular dabs, crumble, whatever the fuck they had, or they had the THCA sugar for 75 and 8. And I talked to the people in there, and they're like, "It's just dabs. Like it's not like it just because they call it THCA, like it's the same thing." So I got it, but I don't feel like it gets me high.
Not as high, not as long. It's this weak weed. It is.
And since it's like a really fine light sugar, I could put like a fat ass dab in there and it just disintegrates.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't get a big hit off of it.
It's hitting time.
Mine's dead.
Fire in the hole, y'all.
420. We hit it this time.
Fire in the hole.
It's 75 and 8. Yeah, it was at the dispo too. Like the actual the cannabis dispo, it took it off my THC. Like it didn't take it from my low THC, so it recognized it on my prescription as THC. So I don't fucking know.
THCA
sell
is
that
what
down here.
that's what most shit is. It doesn't turn into THC until you heat it up.
Yeah. Well, what he told me is, so it said it's 67% THCA, but he said once you heat it up, it turns into like a 91% THC. Like,
Yeah.
but it doesn't feel like it. Maybe, see, I think I suffer from the reverse placebo effect. If I tell myself something ain't gonna work, it just isn't gonna work for me.
So you were like those hood kids that didn't know. You didn't know that an eighth was less than a quarter. You're like, an eighth, that's a big motherfucker. You're like, wait, a quarter? That's small. That means it's bigger? What? No, dude, really? Dude, so the lower the number, the bigger the bag, you're saying?
Yeah. I've been paying double for my eighths this whole time. He said, you can either get 75 a quarter or 150 an eighth. like, give me that 150.
They sell that THCA here at the damn smoke shops, not at the dispensary.
Yeah. I trusted it a little more getting it from the dispensary, but still, like, I just
don't trust it at all.
Nah. It goes the other way. Only 87% of the THC turns into THC. Yeah.
But as soon as I get the money, I did find some dope ass giveaway gifts.
Hell yeah.
Like a little smell proof box. It has a little bong in it, little grinder, kind of like that raw package, but like it has Rick and Morty or the Mad Duck that went crazy and shit, the smoking pot and shit. But
does that say cockies males in the US?
Cookies.
Cookies.
Yeah, but there's no C in cookies, is there?
No, cookies. COKI. Cook. I don't even know how to spell it now.
Maybe he's saying coochies. Maybe he forgot coochie.
I'm just trying to figure it.
Cookies. 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 Cookie. Nippon cocky.
I like cookies. They're good enough for me.
Get one of them waist trainers that shocks your abs while you work out. It's supposed to give you like workout stuff. Put it on your neck.
Yeah. Those are intense.
Yeah.
Those things really fucking like zap the muscles.
Yeah.
What's up, Rosebud?
I just need to stop eating junk food and I would lose a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go through like, dude, I should buy stock in Tasty Cake as much as I buy their shit.
They really do make the fucking best cupcakes, though.
Zero nutritional value whatsoever. Nothing.
Yeah, but then
like,
chocolate.
It weighs down your stomach until you shit it out. That's it.
Those chocolate cupcakes with the white topping and the brown stripe. Oh my god, so good.
I like the snowballs, motherfucker. Those are good. I got my client addicted to the snowballs, like everyday cupcake. I'm like, after lunch, cupcake. Not until lunch. After lunch comes, he gets his cupcake. After lunch, he's like, cupcake. I said, you gotta wait till dinner if they give you one. And then they don't even know how to time it. He's just bugging them cupcake, and they don't know where they're hidden at. I tell them, but they forget.
We used to have rice cakes, the little hockey pucks.
Yeah, I remember those, but
had no fucking flavor.
Yeah, that's what I say. Eating mushrooms is like eating rice cakes.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What?
Speaking of which, I almost ate some tonight. I don't know. I'll wait till tomorrow if I think I will.
Well, Andy, I ain't been able to spell my whole life, so. My wife's taking cigarettes away from me, said I'm smoking too much, so I just light the bowl.
What's today, the 18th?
18th? Yes, sir, all day long.
Half the night.
I keep forgetting to stop at the pharmacy.
Oh, shit. I guess I may go catch up on Braylon Up Loud tonight. Watch all them seasons they got on TV or all the shows.
Still missing the first episode.
Oh, we're still missing the first one.
What'd you say? America's next top model?
Yeah, Braylon Out Loud.
What is it?
Oh,
Braylon
yeah. She's
that
great.
girl.
I love that girl.
What is she? What'd she do?
She's got Tourette's.
That girl that got Tourette's really bad. She like fucking. What is she? She got some of the funniest fucking ticks.
One of them like, good damn.
Little baby weenie. Little baby weenie.
But is it worth watching, really?
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
I could watch her shorts on Instagram all day.
Her show's actually worth watching too. It's on TLC.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually worth watching on Braylon Out Loud. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. If you watch some of her interviews, like more of the serious style interviews where she actually talks about the disorder and stuff, like, yeah, it's fun to watch. Like, her show's funny and stuff, but she is suffering. Like that.
She's suffering immensely.
She went from when she was 16, being able to take care of herself, like looking forward to going out on her own and stuff, until when she was like 18, she had to be like monitored at all times. Like she completely deteriorated into the disease. Like
it's terrible. You know, I joke about it, but like that would be, you know, I'd love to hang out with her. Yeah.
Well, her problem is her main problem is it's not just the Tourette. She also has OCD, so she has to do things in threes. So like she'll pick up a knife and hit herself with it, and then like she has to do it 2 more times. Like, yeah, like it's terrible. like her dad was talking about how like he's super worried that like she'll be in a car and she'll smash into somebody, and her OCD will force her to back up and hit him 2 more times.
But that's the fact, though, you know.
Yeah, like he's like, this is a real concern I have.
Say that again.
He said he's worried that if she gets into an accident and like rams somebody with her car, that her OCD is going to force her to back up and ram them 2 more times.
No, what I'd be afraid of is if she gets rear-ended, that she would pull forward and back up 2 more times and it makes her fault. Like the ramming in front. Like, dude, she gets ready. She's like, shit, I got to do that again. Bam, bam. Like, now it's your fault.
Did she have L? I don't know what that is.
LS?
With a knife in her hand once when she was hitting herself in the head. And, yeah. Like, they can't have any sharp objects in the house. Like, they have to, like, prep. Like, they're prepping for a baby pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. With the one guy in our house, because of his pica, it's kind of like that. We got to keep everything up and put away so we got to follow him around. If he gets up, we got to be on him because he might put something in his mouth. You know what I mean?
She can drive. Yes, she can drive. She's actually doing a lot better. I think she said since like being on camera and talking about it and like reaching out to people and stuff, like now she has a boyfriend that she's moving in with, and like she's not going to be under her parents' care anymore.
They're getting married now, the last episode.
Yeah, it's cool just to watch her journey, you know what I mean? From the beginning when it all started and she just got on camera just to show her ticks and shit, to like following her life, and now she's got a fucking show out of it. Like that. All she was just going on TikTok to just show people about the disorder. See, Mess? There is a future for you. Just show off your disorders. I do know what you mean. Wish these damn smartphones were smart.
Oh crap! Ow.
Were you on yesterday when Justin Sider was on, Mess? Talking about the QR codes and shit?
No, I wasn't on because I was at work. Y'all went off when I got on. Like I got off work and went to get on, and y'all said, "Fuck this, we're leaving because we don't want to deal with this shit." And yeah,
So all of the stickers that we made were pretty much like not advertisements. They're just stickers and shit. So then put the QR code. Fucking Justin Sider comes on. He's like, "Why'd you do that? You know, like you can turn your picture into a QR code. Like, so we could take the pictures that a VR code.
Yeah, VR.
So we could take the pictures of all the stickers we've had made so far and turn them into a VR code that people can just scan the sticker.
That's right.
So like your Mess logo, it can be a code that people can just scan.
well, like right now, if you take a picture of the best photo, like if say I had a best sticker out there, or even your fire in the hole stickers, it'll take you to where that sticker's posted. Like I can find fire in the hole by you, just look like taking a picture of it.
That's a good
Just
point.
Google search, and it brings me to fire in the hole. I investigate, well, what's fire in the hole, and then I come in and see what fire in the hole is, and that's where the sticker is from.
That's a good point.
That VR sticker will take you directly to it, minus 2 steps or whatever, you know.
I got you, yeah.
Oh
So,
shit!
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Speaking of
not too far fetched. I mean, I get it. It's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I just thought that was cool. Like that, we don't need the QR code. We could just fucking tell people to scan it.
Yeah, but dude, I think you're gonna like sport. I do think you're gonna like sports a lot more watching it in VR. You gotta download that X Stadium app, dude. You can go watch like old races and old shit too.
The dog wants a
Yeah.
hit.
I gotta find Dale Earnhardt's race.
I don't know if you get if it goes back that far. I don't know. It might go back that far.
I mean,
dude.
with how fucking morbid a lot of the VR things are, I'm sure that's on there. I told you about the Titanic, right?
Huh?
I told you about the Titanic game, right?
What about the Titanic?
There's a game on the VR. It's the Titanic, and it starts right before they hit the iceberg. And the objective is to get into a lifeboat, and the lifeboat sails away from the ship. And then the only thing you do is turn around and watch the boat sink as people are jumping off of it. or if you don't make the lifeboat, you're one of the people jumping off.
I saw a meme the other day. It said, I saw a meme the other day. It said, my grandpa saw the Titanic and he warned people. He's like, this boat's going to ship. He's like, he kept warning them, this boat's going to ship, this boat's going to ship, and just kept fucking warning him. And for some reason, the usher kicked him out of the movie.
This is my little buddy Dixie. This was my oldest daughter's dog before she moved to Texas, and then she stuck with Pawpaw. So this is my little sidekick Dixie. I got another one named Daisy over here. My other daughter left for me. So this is my little sidekick. She likes to smoke pot.
He doesn't. Picking up the broken glass and dropping it over.
You like to smoke pot, don't you, baby?
That is
You want another hit? You want another hit?
Oh yeah, but definitely with the what's in a light bulb? Magnesium. Is that right? When them small little particles get into a cut, they'll just fucking keep cutting and cutting and cutting, and like you'll never get that to stop bleeding without washing all that shit out.
That's awesome. I mean, that's awful.
We always took salt and run around in the light bulb to get all that shit out.
Yeah.
Just salt before we smoke meth out of it. We just run salt through it.
Man, you were bad, huh?
Yeah, I was bad, dude. I started snorting it. Then I went to smoking the aluminum foil boats. Well, then I got to buying the heavy duty shit, and I'd make the party bar just so I could throw a whole gram on that son of a bitch. And I'm like, well, fuck, let's just go to the glass pipes. And I started blowing light bulbs. I'd take and put my little torch up there and put 2 little holes in it so I can just sit there and roll it and burn it and just pull fresh air through it at all times.
Have y'all ever seen that company that sells the miniature roses in the glass tube?
I haven't seen the company, but I've seen the.
Is that not just a paraphernalia company?
Yeah.
You take the rose out, break the glass, that's your crack stem. Or they sell the ones with a globe on top, that's your meth pipe.
You break the glass. Huh? What are you breaking the glass for?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you don't break the glass. You just stuck the fucking Brillo pad in it.
Rose out, and then you put Troy in it, and then you're good to go.
Because they had tape on both ends to hold the rose in.
Yeah.
You can
and then they had the one with the globe on top for the bigger roses, and that's just a meth pipe.
Yeah. I used to buy them in dozens. I'd buy them by the box. I'd go into the gas station and see them for $5 a box. I'll take the whole box.
And they knew what you were buying them for.
Oh,
they didn't think you had a girlfriend. They didn't think you had 12 girlfriends.
Yeah. But then I moved, like I said, I moved up to the Pyrex tube. I'd go on Amazon and I'd order me a case of them damn Pyrex beaker tubes. And all I'd have to do is just get my torch, turn it on, just sit there and roll it to that whole son of a bitch was, I'd see it start drooping, then I just put a little puff of air to it and I can blow it bigger. But I was a tweaker, so I always did 2
with a torch. You don't have to make the road anymore. They sell them in the fucking gas stations now. They sell it. Dude, these fucking meth pipes at the fucking smoke shops ain't fooling anybody either. Like, you ever see that they sell these globes? They call them dab rigs. Ain't no fucking dab rig.
Right in the bong.
Don't play me. Yeah,
they put them right in the bong. It's the rose tube just with the hook on it.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
That's for the fancy meth head. I do my meth out of a bong. Can you do meth out of a bong?
Yeah, I did. I smoked it through a hookah. Right there on the top where you screw on the piece for the charcoal bowl, I would put me a piece of rubber in there so it'd seal off, and I'd put that little rose bowl with the hook on it, set it right in there, and I'd just be hitting it with a hookah.
Oh, man. I'm glad I never got into that shit.
Me too.
I'm glad I got out of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say glad, but luckily the only thing that got me like that was alcohol, because I experimented with everything when I was younger. Just nothing ever really did it for me. That complete release of everything that alcohol gave me, like it was just like I was gone. I could function, but I was completely oblivious of it, and I took no blame for the shit I did because I didn't remember doing it.
See, that's how I was on K2. I never got into alcohol. Like I got into alcohol for the party. It wasn't really the addiction.
Well, that's where it started, but then it was an addiction.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved going to the bar every night and hanging out and partying with everybody. I did all that, but then I started just drinking out my own place. What the hell is that? That's just a small one-hitter?
It's a joint holder for the bomb.
Hold on, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Brian made that for me.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
I never smoked crack. Would me and Alyssa be together? I don't know. Well, I say things happen in life for a reason.
That's true.
The reasons may be we're dumb and need to learn lessons, but hey.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed I enjoyed cocaine for a while. I enjoyed LSD for a while. I enjoyed all these other drugs for a while, but I was able to walk away from them. And weed
Yeah.
and there's
I
been
could say
wonders.
that same thing about K2. If I never smoked K2, would I be where I'm at today? I probably wouldn't even be in Florida right now if I never smoked K2. My life would have never taken that downhill turn.
I never left Arkansas. I just
There was a
I tried
downhill turn.
a downhill turn. It was pretty rough. Ramsey Mountain, they flip trucks like that.
Conway.
I tried meth because my wife now she was doing meth, so I wanted to try it. It wasn't her fault. She didn't twist my arm. I did it on my own. Then I went from a user to a seller to I was moving some fucking weight. And I was making I had 10, 50 G's a week, but I wouldn't go back to it. I mean, that's all going to the money man because I had a habit I couldn't afford. I had a habit I couldn't afford. I didn't make shit. That's what the money man made.
Yeah. Joe, I met D a month after I moved here. 8 years ago.
Yeah.
That's not true, Joe. See, I think drug addicts, like crackheads and shit, are fucking inspirational. You ain't ever heard a crackhead say, I ain't doing crack today because I can't afford it.
I ain't got the money.
Nah, they're gonna go get that money. Why
They got
can't
drive,
you? Why can't you?
initiative. They are self-starters. They are self-motivators.
They're gonna start their own business or scrapping company.
The pyramid scheme.
Yeah. You ever see a crackhead load a truck with scrap? It's like an
They get
upside down
all of it.
pyramid just balancing on the bed.
They get all the dollars. It's color coordinated.
You ever see those videos where the dude's like, you want to figure out how to get free McDonald's at a thing, and then they go up and they tell you this like life hack to do it? I saw one.
Usually
I saw
says
one.
like, okay, go ahead.
It usually says what?
It's probably the one you saw. Go ahead.
Nah, it's not. I saw one making fun of it. So there's this one guy that tells you how to do, like, he tells you how to get out of legal things. He tells you how to get free food. He tells you all this shit, but it's like all legit life hacks. And this other dude, he goes up to a meth dealer and he's like, I want some meth, but I don't have money. And the meth dealer's like, well, this is my job. I can't give you meth without the money. Like, this is why I do this. And he's like, well, I got a life hack. I heard that if I go suck your dick behind this dumpster, he's like, wait, you're right. Where did you hear about this?
But I saw this life hack once. This guy goes to the drive-thru. He says, yeah, I'm feeding a bunch of homeless guys. I need, 20 fucking cheeseburgers, and they give him 40, and they're like, it's on the house. He's like, cool, and he pulls around the corner, and he just starts carving these cheeseburgers. Thank you to the homeless of Chicago. If it weren't for you, I would never have beaten these cheeseburgers.
Yeah. That's hilarious too, because they're just like throwing it into the face of these business owners that actually do that shit. And probably that's exactly how it goes.
Dumpsters and suck your dick.
Ooh, I gotta go check my stove. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's funny as shit because they're like all upbeat like they are in the videos. Like, wait, you're right. Where did you hear about this? He's like, I watch crackhead whatever videos. Or crack. That's what he said. I watch crack hacks on YouTube. We need to come up with some of these fucking videos. Stop letting everybody else get all the clicks.
What's that?
Stop letting everybody else get all these clicks. We need to come up with some of this content.
Yeah.
So if not for drugs, you may not be with you right now. Just to make that clear, thank God for Spice.
I tried to act out. I tried to act out one of my jokes, and yeah, I tried to act out one of my bits in college last year, but we never got to because we did the hallucination one instead, which was fun because I got to make it look like a trip, so that was cool.
Yeah.
No, Cody's at work. No insurance.
But yeah, so I'd imagine I wouldn't even have my son right now if I didn't do K2, because my life would have been completely different. I probably would have still been with the person that I was with when I started smoking.
What am I cooking? We done cooked. We had tacos. But yesterday we had vegetable beef soup on the wood stove cooked.
Taco Tuesday.
Hell yeah.
Heidi.
Oh, it's Tuesday. Fuck. It is Taco Tuesday. But no, yesterday I made vegetable beef soup, or my wife did. Then the other day we just had tacos. Nothing fancy.
I don't think there would be any copyright issues if we did that, Joe. I don't think anybody would think anything. I think everybody would think it would be an original idea.
No. Tony would sue the fuck out of us. He already had somebody come on, but they came on to the show and they asked him if they could do a podcast where they interviewed people that have been on Kill Tony, and he's like, "Are you asking me if you could steal my fucking show?" He's like he kicked him off stage and everything. He's like, "What's wrong with you?" Yeah, he would come after you hard. You could match the premise a little bit, but I wouldn't try to match the name like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Press the issue too much.
I think we could get away with it. I really do. I think it's so left field from where they would think we would go that they would be like, no. Yeah, I think it would get in. I think something. Yeah, never mind. I'm just kidding. Being sarcastic.
Yeah. He was pretty much a nobody before Kill Tony. Like, that is what created him. He's not going to let somebody take that. He was just a regular at the Comedy Store when they started Kill Tony. Anyone can be interviewed. No, I'm telling you, it's worth a try, and we could all egg clips and team up to get more content, but we could be like therapy. But what? Hold on, let me go back up and read the original comment. You let that mess and others do a minute. See, it's just the same premise though. Like,
yeah, I bet you do the old Bane flicker. We call it the old Bane flicker.
But again, it's the same premise, just different name.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a show where there's a minute of comedy, and it would be the exact same show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, you could do it much different.
I've never watched it, so I wouldn't know.
Like, if we could get people to submit skits, maybe.
Yeah, like if you make content or whatever, you submit
reels that you make, maybe something like that. That'd be a little different.
Yeah. And then you show your video or your content or whatever you made, and then we interview afterwards. It's kind of the same thing, but with a different spin on it. I don't think that would be too.
Or it could be like the Pornhub's casting couch.
We tried that. We tried that. That's why we're trying to get rid of this stained couch now at Bean's
Well,
house.
that's why we have the option.
Does he have a
Yeah.
patent on the structure of the show or something? I don't think they do that. Well, the thing when it comes to art, you don't exactly need a patent. Once you start doing something, it's technically
intellectual property.
it's technically patented. And then if you go do the same thing after it's recorded that I've done it, like you're stealing my intellectual property. Yeah.
And then they're gonna call you out on Joe Rogan and shit.
I sat down and had about a 2.5-hour conversation with a lawyer about this. Like,
Was it Gabriel Iglesias?
Gabriel Iglesias stole a lot of people's jokes.
Joe Rogan, he said they'll call you out on Joe Rogan. I said, yeah, it's Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
Carlos Mencina, wasn't it?
No. Oh, wait. Yeah. Carlos Mencia. Yeah, that's right.
Carlos Mencia.
Gabriel Iglesias is fluffy.
I'm sorry, Gabriel. Sorry, man. One of you Mexicans.
Carlos.
Dude, I was watching this UFC interview. It's a girl with a darker complexion interviewing a UFC fighter after his fight, and she said the questions were so odd. She said something about like, it's Black History Month. What do you have to say to your African American brothers? And she's talking to a white guy, and he's like, "What do you mean?" And then she starts laughing, and she's like, "What's your favorite food?" Like the questions were so odd. And he's like, "No." She said, "If you could be a food, what would you be?" And he said something, and he's like, he looked at her, and she's like, "You would be cilantro." And she's like, "Why? Because I'm Mexican?" And then she started dying. She's like, "I'm not Mexican." Oh shit! You'd have to see the video, but it had me fucking rolling this morning.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go off camera for a minute.
We've got a young MMA fighter right up the road here, and he's on UFC. But like, I think he done fucked up about something. Bryce Mitchell, he said something about Nazi. He was proud of his Nazi heritage. I don't know what it was or something. I don't know. But like, I don't know. I ain't looked it up, but like I used to like be 100% behind him. But man, when you bring up Nazis and Jews and shit like that in the world fight UFC, nah, I don't know. It
depends. It depends on the context.
Yeah, it depends on what it's really saying.
Even if you come from a line of evil people, you could say I'm proud of my heritage because of who I am today. Like if not for all of this, I wouldn't be here. Like, but it depends on his context. I don't know what he said.
I don't either. I hadn't went back and looked at it, and I'm not judging him yet, so I haven't. And I was like, man, I just can't get behind no racial shit because I ain't a racist bone in my body. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally, we cut this dude's hayfield last year.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how close he lives up here.
What's his name?
Bryce Mitchell. He was on UFC trying to get Reebok to do camo fight trunks.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah, he literally lives like within 15 minutes from me.
I've seen his house. I've seen an interview where he was showing off his property.
He used to live in
probably
Kansas.
Seen the hayfield that you cut.
No, he used to live in a camper trailer in Kensett. Then he moved over here, up here, down this road, right up the road from me, across from Glaze Mason, and not Glaze Mason, Fire Tire Lane. And he lives down in there in the holler.
I wouldn't put that word in the comments, Susan. What's up, Amy?
Hey, Amy.
Yeah, I saw an interview when he bought a house and he was showing it off. It's like a nice big property or whatever.
Yeah, that hill in front of his house, that little hill, kind of a hillside with a little flat in the bottom.
Yeah.
We cut that for hay last year because he burnt his tractor up and we had to go in there and finish up. We had to cut it and bale it and everything. Had a brand new tractor and a hay baler, and burnt the hay baler and tractor up, or his boss's hay baler and tractor up one.
Sorry, my dad probably cut me out.
Oh, that's cool.
I gotta remember to call it when I get off of here.
But yeah, hell, he lives just right up the road from me.
That's awesome.
I think he's what, a welterweight or a little feller? He's one of them small fellers.
He looks smaller. Middleweight, welterweight, I don't know what it is. I don't know the different names for
I've
him.
watched him train with his what's his captain? William McLaughlin. He used to be our chief of police down here in Ball Knob. His head guy, the bald headed dude with the pencil mustache, motorcycle mustache. He used to be. He's in his ring, his corner all the time. But he used to be our cop. He was a great cop. Now he's a security at the hospital, but he does what he has to do with Bryce Mitchell because he trained him.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the UFC fighters by name, but when I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen them fight. Like,
I don't.
There's something like in me that like I don't care about people that do things. Like I care about the art, but I don't care about the person behind the art. You know what I mean? Like just yeah. I don't idolize people. I don't put people on a pedestal because they do a thing. Like I don't get all boyish around celebrities. Like
you idolize action.
Yeah, I want to see what you do. I think it's fucking awesome. I think you got some great talent, but like you're still a normal person.
Yeah.
Like I've met a lot of like big celebrities, people that like I'm huge fans of, and then like the way that I think I would react, I get in front of them and I'm like, you're just a dude. Like you're just a dude. That's it. Like,
just a normal motherfucker like me.
Yeah. You dress different. You're more flamboyant, but you're just a normal dude.
Yeah.
I think honestly, what made me look at things like that is meeting Bam. When I met Bam, dude's a fucking asshole, and like I thought that like he would be this cool fucking dude to hang out with, and he was not. He treats all his friends like shit. Nowadays, he's a lot different. Since he's been sober and stuff, he tries to live his life different. But back then, that dude was a fucking piece of shit. And I was like, these people aren't people to be looked up to. Like, like these people are people that were given too much money and they were put up on just like I was just telling Dee this the other day. Britney Spears, for one, she's a pretty girl. She's not the hottest at the time. But the reason that everybody idolized her is because the media put her up there in front and said, this is the person that you should idolize. And like, none of us are really fans of these people. We're told to be fans of these people.
But Chuck Liddell is the guy you were talking about, Mike, the guy with the mustache.
No. I know who Chuck Liddell is, but I'm talking about Bryce Mitchell's head corner guy.
I thought you said it was someone that was in UFC.
Bryce Mitchell's head corner guy.
Yeah, it should be William McLaughlin. Willie Mack.
Mission. I thought you were talking about someone else. I was just like, I went out to get some food. That's why I'm off screen because I don't like eating on camera. So I'm gonna get hot back off screen. I thought you were talking about because it sounded like you were like, here you're like some guy with the mustache, bald head, blah blah blah.
It's kind of like Chuck Liddell, but smaller, skinnier face, not as big as Bill.
Paparazzi made her go crazy. Well, yeah. I wouldn't say the paparazzi did it. Paparazzi didn't help it. She already suffers. You know what I mean? She has bipolar and schizophrenia and borderline personality disorder, and she was used as a fucking puppet to make money for her family. And like her dad abused her.
Mickey Mouse abused her.
Same thing with what's that girl, Amanda Bynes. That girl was abused to the fullest, and everybody knew she needed help. Everybody knew she was suffering from like the mental disorders and stuff. And instead of getting her the help, they played into it and used it to their advantage. Like it sucks because when people are going through an episode like that and they don't have the right people around them, people will take advantage of it. Like people love hanging out with people that are going through some shit because they're easier to manipulate. You can get them to do different things that they normally wouldn't do. Like it's fucking horrible to watch.
I know it. It's terrible. But that's why you keep solid motherfuckers around you at all times.
Yeah, that's the thing. You need people around you to tell you, like, yo, that person doesn't have your best interest at heart. Like, you wouldn't normally make that decision. Don't do it.
What the fuck are you thinking? Would you normally do this? No. What are you fucking thinking, dude?
Yeah.
I try to tell each, my daughter's husband's little brother, he used to come out and he's underage, and I used to give him a little bit of weed because he done it for ADHD and shit. And his parents knew about it. And I told him, I said, man, what the fuck are you doing, dude? He's like breaking into this places just to get they broke into a fireworks stand just to get some bottle rockets. I was like, bro, you fucking cost so much money just to get a fucking $2 pack of bottle rockets. I said, do you understand how stupid that sounds? Your parents has to pay $2,500 to repair this fucking business so you can get a $5 pack of bottle rockets.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, no, looking back now, it's not so smart, is it?
Shane, who are you talking about? Britney Spears or Amanda Bynes? Because
Britney Spears, probably.
The Britney Spears story is a hard one to follow because you got the whole support Britney movement that would never say a bad thing about her. And they do a lot of lying on her behalf. But then you got the other side that only wants to say bad things about her, and they do a lot of lying to make their point.
I agree with you, Susan. More compassion and empathy.
Mm-hmm.
I
struggle with that. Like, I definitely do. Like, I don't, when people are going through it, I don't want to like put names out there or anything, but when people are going through it, I don't have the compassion that I should. I get fed up really fast at chaotic mindsets. I don't understand it like I should, so I don't react in the way that I'm supposed to. But
also,
it's hard to I'll put names out there. Tell me who.
But
it's probably our shit the other day.
Out there, blah blah blah. I said, I will. Tell me who.
It was probably that little shit we had going on the other day.
No, it wasn't. Some more personal, but like
yeah,
it's hard to understand when your mind has never done that to you. You know what I mean? Like you're not bipolar. You know what I mean? Bipolar happens to you. You know what I mean? And it doesn't happen to me. So like, it's hard for me to understand what your brain is doing and why you're speaking the way that you are and why you're reacting and you're creating this like grandiose ideas and all this shit. Like, my mind doesn't do that to me. Like, my mind is like, it rationalizes. I'm not, and it does. I don't understand the sickness as much as I
get it because I used to suffer from it and I had some issues of my own and I've got it in check now and I don't deal with it anymore. And like, if I were to come into it, like, that's what I say. Like, for a long time, I was pissed at my brother. I felt the way you felt. Like, I didn't understand mental health problems because I didn't have one. I was, but I went through it. I lived through those dark times where I couldn't see myself potentially doing what my brothers did. And I came out on the other side. So I've got both views now. So, but yeah, I can see what you're saying.
I mean, I'm a lot softer on it now than I used to be. I used to be the dickhead, like Elisa just said, or somebody just said it. Shane just said it. I've never felt it, so it's not real. You know what I mean? So I can't even empathize with you. Like, I'm gonna more make fun of you for the way that you're acting, and now I'm more soft on it. The first time I saw the blank look in somebody's eyes, where it's like, holy shit, you're not there. Like that was like, this is different. Like, this isn't something I've ever experienced before. Like,
It's a light switch. It's a light switch. I have
Yeah.
it. I have bipolar. I know what it is. My wife
Yeah,
sees that in fucking stare, man.
the first time I was like, oh my God, this isn't you. Like, that's like terrifying. Like, I couldn't imagine being in that person's body. Like, but yeah, I could be a lot better. Like, and
We all could be better, but you know, it is what it is. When you're on the outside looking in, it's a whole lot different picture from the inside looking out. Like we always say about that one fella, you know, we're on the outside looking in, but when you're on the inside looking out, it's a different picture.
And from the outside looking in, it's like, why won't you just get better? You know what I mean? Like fucking, but that's not the answer. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just fucking, all right, I'm done. I'm done with this episode.
I can flip the switch and have a fucking breakdown, dude. But then it takes me some time to say, okay, that was fucking pointless. You did all that for fucking nothing. But I'm getting better at it. But that bipolar, man, it's still a bitch, man. It is fucking hard.
Yeah.
And so like, if you were gay, you would be a bear. So would that make you a bipolar bear?
Probably.
Okay. I chased that one too. I chased jokes, Bean. You see?
Only if you're of a Caucasian color, you can only be a bipolar bear.
I ran for that joke.
But yeah, you know.
That's an Alaskan, or not Alaskan. Is that where polar bears are? Alaskans. That's a guy that swings both ways in the North Pole. Bipolar bear.
Bipolar bear.
He's on the pole a lot.
And for like, why can't y'all understand? It's hard on both ends. Oh, I know. That's why I don't blame the person at all. Like, I don't blame the person going through it. It's more like anger at the universe that this happens to people, and that, especially when you're a person, especially when you're like a solution type person. Like, I'm constantly chasing the solution, and that's not the answer. You know what I mean? Like,
going through it is confusing as fuck, dude. You can't even imagine that, because it's like you're used to being able to deal with shit, like you're saying, you know. And so, like, to be going, like, most people that go through it, they'll tell you they don't need medicine. They're fine. You're the one that's crazy, and they'll tell you that, fight you tooth and nail until they do something stupid and they're forced to take medication. Like, a lot of people will just be like, no, I don't need it. I'm fine. You're crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy. And they'll just start.
yeah. Well, and that's the shitty part, is when it takes full hold of somebody and their brain starts playing tricks on them and telling them that this is normal and this is okay. And everybody else is the crazy ones. Not that I don't even like using that word. I think that's a hateful word when talking about it, because it's not crazy. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is, but it's chaotic.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm on medicine. I tried to harm myself a couple of times, and then it was like, yeah, it's time to get looked at.
Through therapy, I found out that I catastrophize everything. Like, and that's how I've been able to, with therapy and meditation, my own meditation style, I've been able to keep shit at bay. You know, like when something like when my car blew up, you know, usually that kind of shit would fucking trip me over the edge, because that's a big fucking big thing. You know what I mean? But I didn't catastrophize it. because that's what I'm usually doing when I catastrophize something. Then I just snowball. So I just got to step back and look at it. Okay, it's not this big of a problem. It's only this big of a problem compared to something that could be this big, but it's not this big. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you start thinking this thing can go wrong. What else can go wrong? And you start looking for all the negative instead of looking for the positive.
And then you see all the negative and you don't see any of the positive.
Yep.
Because usually, like, when my car broke down, it's like, man, I need to get somewhere. I have to fucking get there. Now I'm broke down and I blow shit out of proportion and it's everybody else's fault. And I blame her and I blame him and I blame them. And so
yeah, I haven't even had this month. I'm done pay 2,000 of what I had to pay back 2,000 of what I had to spend of money. So it's like, you know, like I could have blown it off, been out there drinking and not have a car.
Yeah.
2,000.
It's very real. Shell says mercy. See, that's the thing too. Like looking back after dealing with it, like I can pinpoint people in my life that, all right, they were going through something. Like they weren't really all here. Like, but they just were growing up around them. That's just normal. You know what I mean? Like until I dealt with like fucking a full blown like bipolar episode. Like that's some different shit.
Like, so look at people a different way then after that, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I watched some of these videos on line where they're like Karen videos, and most of these people that are acting like Karens, that they're having a fucking mental episode. Like that's not them. They're not there. Like you could tell by their body language, their mannerisms, like the way that they fucking like talk to people, fucking growling at people and shit. Like, and people are like, call the cops on them. They're fucking like, just throw them in jail, this and that. Like you have no sympathy for fucking mental health, like at all. Like,
you know, it's really hard. I'm bipolar. My wife just got diagnosed last year?
Yeah.
Borderline schizophrenic, where she hears voices in her head. She can actually
just don't talk. Don't answer them.
She can actually make out voices, females, boy, you know, kids, all that shit. And the way I am and the way she is, like, it's fucking hard for us, but we make it work every time.
Got all quiet. I like that.
Got all serious. But yeah, you know, it's rough, man. I can't fathom what goes through her head because she's got so much shit going through her head. But then turn around, I've got so much shit going through my head. But at least it's one voice telling me what to do, not 10, 12, 50, however many. You know?
I have 3 voices in my head at all times. They always argue with each other. The one that's in the front that I can hear, like that's my main thoughts, and then I have 2 in the back that are always yelling at it.
It's like your id, your super id, and your ego.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, man. You never know what somebody's going through.
Or ego, super ego, and id, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm high.
Some do, some don't. Some are mono. See, that's one that always it confused me as well. When people say I hear voices in my head, I'm like, that isn't that what a thought is? But like obviously that it's not. It's bigger than that. You know what I mean? Like that's just my simple mind that's never gone through it thinking.
No, you had it right. You had it right. You didn't have to say thinking. You just had to be your simple mind. That's all. You could stop right there.
How you doing? Oh, thanks.
It's like you, Liz. The only voices I hear is myself talking to myself, like, fucker, you're not supposed to do something like this, but you still do it anyway,
Yeah.
Where
No, I have dialogue in my head that I can't control. Like I do have like the voices that talk back and forth, but that's just the dialogue in my head.
Like I literally hear myself not constantly, but on a regular basis, calling myself, "You stupid piece of shit! Don't think like that." You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to think that you stupid piece of shit. Like I wouldn't talk to me like that. Like if I was someone else, I wouldn't be like, "You stupid piece of shit," right? I would be like, "Dude, no, you got to think of it this way." But no, to me, I'm like, "You stupid fucking piece of shit." You know what I mean? I'm so fucking aggressive with my shit in my own head. For me.
Yeah. Words don't miss the voices. See, all the voices in my head that I have dialogue with, that I can make out a voice, like even an accent.
And that's how Chrissy is. She can.
Yeah, I got the Taco Bell dog in my head all day.
Taco Bell.
He's talking to me like this, man, all day long. Hey, Taco.
So you're making stupid decisions, Holmes. Stop fucking your life up, Holmes.
Holmes, man, don't eat that fucking chalupa. You're gonna be in the bathroom doing the poopa.
And at least four times an hour, he goes, "Yo quiero Taco Bell."
Yeah, chalupa make you poopa.
You know what I don't like about all the bad talk about Taco Bell? They're like, Taco Bell makes you shit. Like, no, duh. Have you ever gone to a restaurant and be like, "Yo, that food was so good, I didn't shit for 2 weeks"? Food makes you shit.
Like, it processes it.
Hold on a second. Susan says, "I do see words. Like when people talk, I see the words come out of their mouth sometimes.
I want some of that acid.
They're different colors too. When I see the words, depending on your mood, it'll be different colored words. It's called synesthesia, but it doesn't happen as often now as it did when I was younger.
I taste purple every now and then.
That's cool. That would be a form of synesthesia.
Did everything just taste purple for a second?
Tastes like purple.
What's this taste like?
That looks like Pepto-Bismol.
Dragon fruit.
It's purple.
It looks purple.
Tastes
with
like
my fucking colorblind.
Oh man, how much longer y'all guys gonna be up?
No, I see them, Elisa. It's called synesthesia.
Yeah, we got a 420 coming up here in a couple of minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes, yeah.
Damn, we went all that time already. Again, it's already been an hour.
Mama Roku. What's up, troublemakers?
Dude, Elisa, that's what they told me in high school, that not to say or talk about it because I was crazy and we don't talk about that stuff. But I've learned over the years, look up synesthesia. And it's not that I was crazy, it's that I had an extra sense and I was told to block it out, and that's why it doesn't happen as often now. Every now and again, depending on like when I get into exciting situations, like remember how I said like those moments you look for in life where it's like it's like that, like when you go through a fair for the first time and all the blinking lights and just the excitement of the night and trying to recreate that feeling your whole life, right? When those feelings happen, like I start seeing people's words coming out in their different colors, depending on the mood or the mood of the word even could change that word. Like all of a sudden you could be having a happy thought and say a word that's a dark word that would all of a sudden turn it red rather than being yellow coming out. Like all your other words come out yellow and then all of a sudden this word's just red.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I probably am crazy.
But who
not
says
too many seconds. It's not enough.
Who is it that determines what crazy is, and who says they ain't fucking crazy? It's 420, motherfuckers. Let's hit it.
Fire in the hole.
Fire the motherfucking hole.
It's on DMT. Yeah, there are. That's I've heard of that as a actual thing that.
No, this is when I was younger, before I even messed with any drugs. Like I was talking, I'm not mentioning it anymore.
What's normal for the spider is chaotic for the fly. Yeah.
Exactly. Who's to say what normal is, and who says that motherfucker wasn't normal? Who says he's not sane? You know what I'm saying?
You know the guy that discovered Down syndrome. I forget his name. Something Downs.
Yeah.
He had Down syndrome. He was actually a renowned scientist. But back then they didn't recognize Down syndrome. That was just a normal ass dude. He went to fucking college. He fucking went and got his his fucking doctorate and shit. And
Back then they called it mental retardation.
you guys are all insane.
Well, guys, I'm gonna jump up off here.
Yeah, I think it's about that time for me. Find some dinner and whatnot.
All right, guys, fire in the hole. Much love, everybody. We'll see
All right,
y'all on the
motherfucker.
flip.
If we weren't all crazy, we would go insane. A smart philosopher once said that. His name was Jimmy Buffett. He was also a kitty toucher, evidently. But
I thought we froze. You ready to jump out of here?
yeah, so many people forget who they are, trying to be someone they're not, till they realize what they become, and they remember who they were. This is me. Till next time. This is me. I'm the mess. Till next time. There, I fucked that up too. Take care of yourself and don't rape each other. Good night. Peace.
Smoke weed every day.